Hey buddy, it's Invicta, and we're starting off with no music today here on the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Thank you very much for all the support. Again, I'm recording this over the weekend, which has not compiled the newest, or before the weekend I should say, which has not compiled the newest likes on the latest videos. And we're just going to be doing a regular Eden run today, no Challenger run, because I feel like the last couple of runs have not been phenomenal, and I'm hoping that October can wake up again. We'll do another Challenger run next week for the Sinvicta randomizer. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to today. Here's your meme of the day here, brought to you by, I'm going to say SJ548. I don't know if that's a name or not. It's just SJ548. The thread was Sinvicta starting with Death's List in episode 321. This is what I immediately thought of when Sinvicta said the implications of starting with Death's List lol. Because of the implication. I don't know if this is from a show or a quote, so you have to enlighten me on that one. But either way, thank you very much, SJ548, and everyone who upvoted that one. On the Sinvicta subreddit, remember, if you have your own artwork or picture or mosh pet or mosh baby meme of the day, make sure you post it there. Although, be careful with the babies, though. Sometimes I have to remove threads because people post, like, baby pictures and they don't realize what's in the background, and I always try to kind of protect people from accidentally sharing personal information. Not everybody is chronically online like I am and don't really think about that kind of stuff. So anyway, that tangent's over. Seat day is going to be, yes, Juliet Golf 2 Hotel. Well, we're starting off with Sumptorium, and that's always going to be great. Also starting off with a Tarot Cloth start, which is going to give us double effect on most tarot cards. Not all of them, but most of them. And of course, Sumptorium is going to be great here, as we have really good starting stats. Our shot speed's on point. Our damage is right at the average. Our tears rate is actually above average, and our movement speed is above average. So yeah. It's basically just a really, really strong Isaac start. Except we're Eden, obviously. I will take Blind Rage. Blind Rage is going to extend all of our iframes whenever we do inevitably take damage, which might even be here. Sumptorium does not count as damage. It does operate off of your life, obviously. And depending on the hearts that you use, that would determine the Claudi. Now, interestingly enough, Sumptorium has gotten to the point where, because it is so good, where people now will start kind of belly aching the fact that we've got Sumptorium. So you know an item is good, has gotten to that range when people start complaining whenever you pick it up, which is wild to me. I mean, I understand not wanting to see the same thing over and over again, but that does not diminish the power of Sumptorium, and that will also not stop me from taking Sumptorium, especially in a run where if we have just no need for anything else but pure DPS. Now we do have to be careful, obviously, because we don't want to over consume Sumptorium. But having the shots be multiplied and stuff, I don't know why I decided to double back like that. I'm stupid. The double shots, essentially every single Claudi that you summon is going to be like a miniature Incubus. So we get the match book, which is going to give us the match stick, which I'm not going to take because I actually do kind of want to get keys. We don't really have any reason to look for the shop. We have literally no money. The secret room might be here. It's kind of a blind guess. So I'm going to use Sumptorium. I'm also going to use Yuck Heart one time. Reason why we want to use Yuck Heart, in case if something happens to this Black Soul Heart, we at least have a backup. And again, I don't feel there's any need for us to start looking around for the shop. We don't have any money, so we need keys. So surprisingly, there was no question of the episode last week. The only person who did submit a question has submitted a question that was already answered, and the people who know, wow, the people who were following, they ask and ye shall receive. Well, I guess it's a day late, but wow, Magic Mush, baby, we didn't have to use a bomb for that. Holy moly! Oh, you know we're gonna take that. And you may have caught me right at the end there using the Sumptorium right before Magic Mush kicked in. That's because we're going to get a full heal out of that. So Even though it's going to be a rotten Claudie, I think that we're going to be okay. Man, what a start here. I'm talking about October. Now we're cooking. But yeah, so the person who asked a question... oh, there's a double tinted rock here, too. What the heck's going on, man? Asked a question that was already been answered, and the people who were paying attention and watching also answered the question. So, I was surprised that not too many people seemed to get bent out of shape about the fact that we were Tainted Eden, but then immediately kind of not failed the challenge. But I mean, what do you want me to do? You know, it's like, yeah, we got a challenge, and we also were tasked with being Tainted Eden, so that's just the randomizer, man. Subtorium and Magic Mush is quite the combo. We now have way more keys than bombs. That didn't take long. Claudies, where are you going? Of course, the longer Claudies stay together, the faster that they will kind of fade away. I can get some Charm Tears here. So they will not totally disappear just by existing, but they will take one hit of any type of damage, and that'll be it. They're cooked after that. So you want to try to protect your Claudies as best you can. I always try to do so. Because they are the backbone of your DPS, and especially now that we have Magic Mush, they're going to be even more vital to dominating the game early and mid and late game. I mean, Subtorium is an item that you just carry for your entire run if you want to, and you'll be totally fine. We have the HP. I'm just going to lock in the Devil Deal now, but I'm not going to replace Subtorium. What, you crazy? Marbles here, which is not worth spending the money on, in my opinion. Yes. 10% chance to get a Soul Heart, and look at this. We're also going to get... Well, let's use Subtorium first, because I don't want an Eternal Heart Claudie, because it's just a waste of an HP upgrade, so no reason to waste that. Nice charm there from Mom's Ice... or Eyeshadow. That was dumb. I should have used that with Prayer Card. In fact, I should be carrying Prayer Card on me. Yeah, we want to be carrying Prayer Card right now, because if we get a full charge, we can just get that Eternal Heart and then start building up our Claudie army even more. So that was a slight misplay, not a big deal. Yeah, it is funny how it's funny how items get canceled in Isaac. You want to call it that. Like one second everyone's super excited about seeing Subtorium, like, oh, now we got a cooked run. We're cooking with gas now, and then now it's like, oh god, Subtorium. People, I've actually had people comment saying, I just skip Subtorium runs. They're so boring. Man, you guys are really unhappy with something. I hope it gets better for you. This does not take us anywhere special with Tarot. Yeah, it doesn't take us anywhere special with Tarot Cloth. We could go into the curse room for half price. I think that's a good idea. Going to this paintball gun sized shaped looking map here. Cubby's Paw. Let's use it once. Get some more soul hearts out of this. Go to the secret room, which gave us even more soul hearts, so we didn't really need to use Guppy's Paw there at this point. And we just got another HP upgrade back, so we're looking really, really good here on this run. Now I'm gonna be greedy and try to go for another. Try to go for another full charge. We just lost all of our Claudies, by the way. Did not know bomb flies would do that. So much damage that Peep took there from his own eye. Movement speed, I will take it. Although I didn't really want the shot speed though. Let's look for a full charge, maybe. I definitely would not mind getting jumper cables for a future active item. We need 4 cents though. Well, we're going to have to do the challenge room in order to get this full charge for the prayer card. We're 1 cent short from getting jumper cables. Jumper cables isn't a big deal if you have Sumptorium because it's a constantly recharging item. And jumper cables, I don't believe anyway, gives you an instant charge. It might, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Jumper cables would be only good if we had decided to take prayer card. We just lost all of our Claudies, by the way, so we need to make up the lost army of Clots. I don't remember if there's Fool's Gold on this level or not. But, you know, it's not... Jumper cables is not that big of a deal. What I'm trying to get at. Let's go check the super secret room. Look, you bombed yourself, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, there was Fool's Gold. I knew I saw one. You know what? I'll save it. We don't need jumper cables. We got full HP here. We can start using some Thorium to get it back. We need our Claudies back. I need my Claudies back. 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 It's very hard to do. 80 back is already hard enough, but you talk about Claudies. Okay, you can stop hitting our Claudies. Thank you. Claudies are experiencing the full-blown clown physics of having of us daring to have more than 1.0 shot speed. You know, every heart that we get is 2 more Claudies and just increases our damage by a whole lot. We could play the Demon Judgment. I'm gonna wait on that though. I'd rather get our Claudie army built up first. River Alone is going to just give us it essentially only serves as a teleport vessel or not teleport vessel, transformation vessel for us to turn into Beelzebub. Basically all it is. It's not a bad orbital, of course, but it's just right now we're not going to need to utilize something like that. And really that goes for any orbital. You all know. I don't know if King Baby affects... Does King Baby affect? Does King Baby affect Claudies? I'm doing this for science because I don't know. No, he doesn't. Well, hopefully we get Little Brimstone then. I didn't just waste all of our money. It was for science. I didn't know for sure. I didn't think he did because it's usually just familiars, but you never know any. That's for anything in Isaac. You just never know what the game decides to consider part of one rule but not another. Pageant boy, at least we're gonna get some of our money back. We did get the counterfeit penny. Okay, all right, pageant boy. Okay. We absolutely don't need Mom's Pearls anymore, so get the Krampus fight, of course. We are still searching for our first. Well, we did get a Devil Deal with Monster Manual, so we could go looking. We go looking for the secret room, but I'm gonna prioritize boss rush now. Pull the band-aid off and just go into this room here. By God! Triple pin, by God! By God! Stairs and by God. Definitely need to get some kind of tier effect. Would be real neat. Not playing this game anymore. Try to give you a chance to die with grace, dignity, via the attack fly, but obviously you don't want to do that. C Dizzle. Now C Dizzle is a great pickup here. He's got a very, very healthy synergy with Sumptorium. Remember what I said, every heart that drops in the early to mid game until we start taking full heart damage is 2 more Claudies. And C Dizzle, what he does is drops those half hearts right there you just saw. And he essentially is going to be a clot factory for us. Greed fight, so we know there's not going to be one inside the shop. We have a guppy item, so obviously we're trying to find another, but we didn't. On top of the synergy with Sumptorium, I mean, C Dizzle is just a bro. Keep you safe. If you have a red heart build, he will replenish your HP. Like he's kind of like a healer of the party. Okay. Where charm really, really, really helps out. Now, if I wanted to, I could continue to use Sumptorium right now, but the problem is that they start consuming soul hearts, and I don't want to do that. Deep pockets, kind of whatever. We can bomb for the increased Devil Deal chance here. Okay. This is a non-XL floor, by the way. I will point that out every single time. The size of this floor is ridiculous. Wow. That shot got over all of our clots. And we get an orbital. Orbital, we did get a Devil Deal. Gonna be D-Bizzle. Now we got C Dizzle and D-Bizzle, but the problem is C Dizzle or D-Bizzle is actually a counterintuitive item for Sump Tizzle. Because obviously now we're gonna have to race we're going to have to race Dark Bum in order for us to get our hearts that we want for Suntorium. Considering that we haven't had a single damage up since Small Rock, yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying that we're hurting for damage, obviously. That is an asinine thing to say with us having Magic Mush, but I will say that it would be nice if we got some more damage. Isaac is a game about greed, and you definitely shouldn't feel bad for being greedy in Isaac. In case you didn't know, Dark Bum will take 1.5 red hearts off the ground and have a chance to turn them into soul hearts or attack spiders or unfriendly spiders, or pills, which is what he usually does. So we got to give him a little talk. Not worried about boss rush yet, but we need to start getting to the point here. Evizel gave us a soul heart there. Don't know what I'm supposed to do there, game. Trap me in a corner. We immediately lost our Debizzle soul heart. I do wish Dark Bum would pick up Rotten Hearts. Wow. These shops have been something else, I tell you what. I guess I should have felt thankful that we got a reroll machine in that that first shop that we went into with the jumper cables. That is literally the only shop that has had something of interest to us. One long straightaway. All right. Give us a good double deal and give us a good boss rush game. I really hate how the game starts Isaac and starts the Klotz deliberately in two different places. So it forces you to adjust your position before you can even start attacking Mom, because obviously you don't want the Klotz to be sitting next to that door. We did not get a double deal. And yep, that's about the worst boss rush I think I've ever seen. Yikes. All right. So that gambit did not pay off. And I think I'm going to just use Soul Converter to consume Soul Heart and turn it into a regular heart, so we have more fodder to play with here for Sumptorium. Not gonna lie, game, kind of ruining my buzz. Kind of ruining my mojo here. Us getting Magic Mush. Not playing ball today. You wanna know what happened there? The hand got slightly jostled downward because of our shot speed. Again, we have the audacity of having more than 1.0 of shot speed. Or you think I'm trying to do a bit? It is an actual thing. We proved it time and time again. If you have more than 1.0 shot speed in the game, prepare to deal with the consequences of having clown physics to go through. It is going to give you the clown physics that's ever physics. Could push these to a barrel, but this is just faster. HP upgrade. We don't really need counterfeit penny anymore, but I guess we do have deep pockets, so gotta begrudgingly take the negative here just because I want some kind of damage upgrade. Now, that's not to say that this run is bad by any stretch of the imagination, but between all the bad hits we're taking, and then also the fact that we have not had any tier effects other than charm, it's just a disappointing run. The implications of having Magic Mush were high. We had lots of high hopes for a run that can start with Magic Mush. But who knows? I still believe in October. I believe in October. Clap, clap. I still have faith. October is going to reward us for putting up with some terrible runs and also some insane runs this week. This is one of my least favorite rooms in the entire game right here. Sometimes it feels impossible to get through this room without taking damage. What are you guys doing? It looks like right now you're just not obeying the laws of Isaac, which is you should be going straight for me. Not just mulling about, waiting for me to come to you. Not how it works. Got the Ehwaz. Ehwaz operates just like the Shadow, just like the Shovel. AKA, we need to go deeper, which is that if you find something on the ground that is a piece of art, and you use the Ehwaz rune on it, it will guarantee you a crawl space. And going back to, I think it was yesterday's episode, maybe the episode before that, where somebody said what is one of the best changes or strongest changes. That is a change that was absolutely pure benefit to all players. It was making the guaranteed crawl space thing a thing. Definitely want to put some respect on that patch's name, even though I don't remember the patch. We unbelievably finally get a stat up. It's a tears up. And we get another tears up here. We also get Goat Head, which I am absolutely going to do. Do that. Do that. Do that. Okay. Curse of the Lost, and this is what I have to say about that. I know. We lost an Eden token, and we also lost a Devil Deal. To me, honestly, that's a fair price to pay for not having to go through the annoyance of a Womb 2 Curse of Lost. No, thank you. Bizzle, you kind of robbed me there. I don't appreciate that. We're going to take the left hand because we do still have 1 of 3 for Guppy. And it would be nice if we could get the Gupster. A Sumptorium run for that. Start using soul hearts here since D-Bizzle was hell-bent on taking our red hearts. And we're losing Claudius left and right here. Oh, we already found Stanley. Even though this level looks huge, it was a pretty short trip to stand, and I'm fine with that. Big time tears there from the Blackheart Claudies. Now, unlike Eve, I cannot recall these Claudies back to me, and I cannot recover that HP. So once you use your HP on anyone other than Tainted Eve, they will not come back. That would definitely be almost probably way too powerful. All right, I believe in Guppy. Right, baby. That PhD. Purgatory. Yeah. I'm gonna take Pentagram. Leave the rest as is for now. Game's getting a little framey right now. Yo, gotta replenish our clots. Always replenish clots. ARC. Always replenish clots. Although I do need to check out, saying Arc reminds me of that game Arc Raiders. It looks pretty interesting. I've never really been a huge fan of extraction shooters. Tarkov was definitely fun for a time, but between all the hackers that in that game, and also the fact that you could buy the fully upgraded version, say that the company said that, oh, you'll never have to pay for another upgrade for the rest of the game's lifespan, and then they immediately charge for the next expansion. Yeah, I do not support that business model. And I guess they already got my money, but yeah, screw Tarkov. I know people like it for its hardcore aspects, like you gotta find the right sized bullet. The guns, like, man, we gotta press a key to breathe too. What about blinking? I like realism games up to a certain point, but there are some that get obnoxious. Tarkov is definitely one of them, in my opinion. If I have to look up a Wikipedia guide on how to switch magazines or change your walking speed, you know that there's a walk in that game, and then you can slow down your pace even further by, I think it's holding Alt and scrolling down on your mouse. I had to look that up. That's the type of ridiculousness that game is. And some people like that. I mean, look, I ain't gonna yuck your yum, or whatever they say. It's just not for me. Okay, well, there goes all of our clots. Whatever that attack was, Lamb. Putting it in the exact spot that it needed to be to just kill all of them. And there go all of our clots. Maybe if we get lucky, he'll do it again. Second seed. Yankee Alpha Zulu 4, Hotel Victor, Papa 6. All right, October. This is your chance. Your golden opportunity here to wow us. Got ourselves a very good start for a run. Then you kind of tapered off on us. So we need to see some. I need to see some hustle out of this run. It's not a matter of if we're going to win this run. It's a matter of how bad is it going to be. Are we going to beat the game super bad? Are we going to win the game, or are we going to win the game? You know what I mean? Got to put a little stank on it. couple soul hearts here, which is great. I'm going to hold off on going to the boss because I know that we're going to have to go down here anyway. The Robo Baby's it's a piercing shot. It's not that big of a deal. We end up getting School Bag, which is great, and I was trying to buy that Soul Heart, but in the rare occurrence of the game actually re-rolling on the first one, we end up buying a useless pill instead. Not the map I want. I will take... We can take all these. Oh wow, the blanket gives you a full heal? I didn't know that. Well, maybe not a full heal, probably just heals 1 heart, but it's cool to know. That goes Limehorn. We get Tropicamide, which is going to give us range and tier size. But you can't have it in Evizzle. I think if Eden has the Holy Mantle, oh yeah, that's right, Dreamcatcher you can't skip. People are gonna get mad about this, but I'm gonna remove Dreamcatcher. I'll eat the 15 cents because that's a really according to Zombolis, that is not a bug, it's a feature, and he wasn't being ironic. So yeah, Dreamcatcher is pretty much blacklisted. Only because I really do not agree that you're just not allowed flat out to skip the animations. It's great to see what's in the item room, but you know, not everything. We get 9 lives too, so it's a good time for 9 lives to show up. We just got an Eternal Heart. People get mad if they want. If they want to get mad at me for using the console to remove something that I bought, then hey, you know what? Go for it. Also immediately consumed that Eternal Heart for a Claudie. Now we have an Eternal Claudie. A booster pack, which is going to give us a High Priestess, Temperance Chariot. Yeah. We can use the Reverse Empress card for a Devil Deal here. They give us 4 HP, technically 3 HP. Got the cross finally paying off here. Got another AWAS. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna hold on to the AWAS. Definitely do not need nor do we want 2 Dark Bums. We're already having trouble with just one, keeping him away from our red hearts. Rest my case right there. Well, we have Goat Head, so we don't have to worry about avoiding red heart damage. I'd like to get a couple more HP upgrades here just because I want to keep using Claudies. Oh, yeah. It's got a big question mark. Some kind of it's either a question mark or some kind of like Ankh or a map here. More like an Ankh. seeing how important it is just to have even one extra HP upgrade that keeps your Sumptorium army fueled for the entire run. So it doesn't require a whole lot of maintenance as an item. Let's give us 3 bone hearts. Maybe we can get bone heart Claudies, which are actually really, really powerful. I'm only taking camo undies just for the movement speed, basically. Okay, let's use this. Let's use AWAS on a grass patch here. Get our guaranteed crawl space. I mean, Zodiac, which is Zoda bad. It can be good, but it can also be really annoying because it can give you Taurus. And I just don't think it's worth it. They don't. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's not okay. I tend to skip things sometimes just out of pure spite or just laziness. Why I always say, do as I say, not as I do. I don't lead by example. I probably should. Really? I don't know about that one. I'm pretty sure the secret was supposed to be there, game. Yes, it technically could go here, but I would doubt it. Oh, that's not there. According to this here room. This here then there room there. Now, what's nice about the Bone Claudies is that they fire the compound fracture tiers, the ones that kind of splinter off and stuff. And that can add a lot of extra firepower to your DPS, especially if you already have this many Claudies. Well, might as well take the everything jar. I still think it's not a great item. Yes, you can get soul hearts from it, and yes, you can get golden bombs and stuff, but it's not for me. I don't like any charge 12 charge items. They're kind of ridiculous. My God. Oh. There we go. We finally get another damage upgrade here and an HP upgrade as well. We can take duality. No, you know what? Screw duality. A lot of people coming to the defense of everything jar last week. I thought was very funny. I didn't know that everything jar had so many fans. It was news to me. It says it's fine here. Let's go to the secret room, which is not that far away. Book of Secrets I will take over the everything jar because it's actually useful. By the way, if you're wondering why our tiers are going so crazy when we start a room, it's because of camo undies. That was another nice patch that we had, was the camo undies buff. A Hive Mind here, which is our 2/3 of the way to Beelzebub land. And you're just seeing Sumptorium just absolutely take over this run here and doing what it does best. Take a couple of rotten flies, or rotten hearts. This is going to be great for us because we just picked up Hive Mind, which means that our flies are going to be even more powerful. And we're also going to get a couple of rotten Claudies, which is fine too. Fear of the Night's going to give us flying and also give us spectral tears. We end up getting Leviathan, so I am going to just take my shadow as well. My shadow going to have a shadow that follows Isaac. And then anything that's dumb enough to get caught in that shadow will spawn a shadow grub, which then in turn chases them and deals a lot of contact damage. A very respectable amount of contact damage, I might add. But the downside, of course, is the fact that we don't have access to any more red hearts for potential Sumptorium plays. What are you doing? Getting late. I'm getting tired. That is the unfortunate thing about having 3 games, 2 of them doing really well. Ball Pit's still hanging in there, but I hope that Ball Pit takes off like Megamonk did and is. The only downside of having 3 games like that to cover, oh my gosh, is the fact that, you know, it is a lot of recording that I have to do, especially if they're gonna all do daily episodes. That means essentially that I'm just now deciding to triple my workload for the week. Like, imagine having to do 300% of work. Whatever your job may be. Whatever your duties are, now times that by 3. And you'll understand a little bit of what that's like. And then having another sort of consequence of doing all these videos is that it does take a lot out of my voice. Eventually, I have to rest. So what I'm trying to get at is don't be afraid if we only have like a double upload for once. I'm gonna take the world card because we don't need the full card. And we don't need that boss rush. All right. Don't need 1 for Guppy. So some people who don't see, I see it right now with Megamonk. If there's an upload day that's skipped, a majority of people are asking on either other Megamonk videos or even Isaac videos, where's Megamonk? Where's Megamonk? Where's Megamonk? Which is fine. Like, that's really endearing, and I'm glad that so many people are enjoying Megamonk. But just be aware that I will not do triple uploads every day. And another thing to consider that I want people to understand is that it comes down to the whole the amount of time that viewers have. You know, if you have, the problem is that, and admittedly, it's a good problem to have when people want to watch all of your content. But I'm essentially tripling, if you want to support the channel and you're having a good time and you want to see all the games that I play and you're interested in more so in me than the games that I'm playing, you just want to kind of support me, then essentially what I'm asking you, I'm putting in triple the effort to do a daily upload. And I'm essentially asking you to dedicate triple the amount of time of your day to watch all my stuff. And that kind of puts a lot of pressure on people, on the viewers, because in a way you're saying, okay, so if you want to be up to date with all the hardcore people and you want to make sure that you watch all my content, then you've got to put in the, pay me back by watching triple the videos. And I think that that's not what I want people to do. I want people to have enough time to enjoy all the games that I play without having to dedicate their entire dang life to it. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you don't see a triple upload for a day, even if you just see an Isaac episode for a day, don't freak out. All right, I probably had something to do. I had probably had to rest my voice, etc., etc. We went from having 1 guaranteed upload a day, and that was it, to now we can have up to 3 a day. Megabonk and Ball Pit. I really enjoy both of the games. Megabonk does kind of piss me off sometimes, though, I will admit. Especially when the RNG gets so bad. Remember, if you're playing with Invicted Luck, you're playing life on hard mode. I know it sounds melodramatic and all, but these Isaac videos and Eden videos are proof. Proof is in the pudding. Yeah, that's a lot of brimstone beams. That's not a good follower that we want. Well, ironically, it would have been better to have Headless Baby now more so than usual because of it's having flying. I'm gonna be a little miffed if we end up not getting Guppy here. I am going to take the left hand all the way through the cathedral and into the chest because I want the dang Guppy transformation. I'm gonna keep using Sumptorium here. We have nothing to fear. The Lover's card, pay out there for a D-Bizzle. Gave us 1. Come on, Guppy. Look at that hourglass of damage we're doing. It looks like we look. You know who we look like? We look like Shin Godzilla right now. The way that the brimstone beams are pink and everything, and just the kind of like the shape that they were going in. When his atomic breath focuses into that awesome looking laser. We got Guppy, baby. We got Guppy. Got Guppy, Hive Mind, Sumptorium here. We are absolutely going to destroy the rest of the game. So it's definitely not new territory because those stats are really not all that impressive. I mean, yeah, we've got 16.22 damage, which is high, but it's definitely not new status. So we could drop the left hand now. A couple people have asked me to speak about the Buccaneers game from last Monday. And I go into it in great detail on the Three Guys in a Bear Talking About Football podcast I do with Krendor, Rob, Bear, and Paulo. So if you wanna skip straight to it, it's linked in the comments. Somebody linked the timestamps there. Just look for the Detroit Lions Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. You'll find it. And it's an engaging conversation that I exercise in. So we're going to get the dub here. Again, Magic was showing up, definitely helped out and carried us. But I got to say, we ended the run like we started the run with Sumptorium. And, man, what more can you say about it? It's good. It's good for a reason. There's a reason why you want to take it every single time. And it just scales your damage up by so much. Even when we don't have an impressive damage on paper, we're still doing a lot of damage thanks to the sheer amount of shots we've got. So thank you again, everyone, for all the support. I really appreciate it on all the series, not just Isaac, but of course Megabonk and Ball Pit and anything else we got coming up as well. I'm definitely need to do a follow-up for Ember and Blade, so keep an eye out for that one this week. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Noah Drummond, Mythwithy, and Nuclear Games. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.